listen, hold the phone. Can y'all hear me? Because StreamYard's already acting a goddamn fucking donkey around this bitch. Let me get a one. Okay, y'all can hear me? Because StreamYards is back here acting a whole fucking fool. It's basically saying you ain't live. Check your audio. It's telling me all kind of shit. Let me check and make sure this is Kyra's real account because god damn it. I mean, y'all wouldn't believe what's going on back here. Y'all would not believe what I see back here. It's a hot ass mess. Let me put something up here. Kyra, is this your real account?
No,
Hello?
no, it's not. Hi, DZ.
Girl, you was fixing to
If
get
you
the fuck
okay,
up out of here.
don't
Girl,
do that, Kyra.
because she changed her avatar. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is going on here? Are we getting ready to have an impromptu smoke night?
Well, I changed it to the green as the St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Irishmen
Oh,
are fine, by the way. Check
oh,
it out.
may I give
Uh,
a shout out, please, if you
abs-
don't mind?
absolutely.
Well, as the resident Catholic, I like to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'd like to give a shout out to the Irish men who have overcome 900 years of oppression and are not sitting around twiddling their thumbs, abusing Irish women and whining about what the British man did to them.
The
Absolutely.
shade already getting started.
Absolutely.
Wow, Kyra, what did you have to, drink?
Let me do these shout outs. Hey, Mrs. Rowe, Poison Ivy, thank you. I appreciate you. Lady Raven, I appreciate you. Y'all so fucking wonderful. We got, who else we got in here? KLSB in here, V in training. We got in this bitch. CL is here. We have CJ the Diva. We got all the regulars in here. Why are the trolls are showing up early, y'all? Because I'm getting ready to spill all the tea about that Willie Lynch bullshit. So let's go ahead and get the goddamn banner up here because I'm here for the smoke. It's Friday night. I mean, StreamYard's acting a fucking fool. Um, Light skin only. Are you dusty?
Hi, are you all dark?
Oh, you are
Girl,
dusty.
bye.
Bye, bitch. I love it. Listen, my trolls got their goddamn notifications on. I don't know what y'all be talking about when y'all say you don't get your notifications, but the trolls get the notifications because they always here before the 10-minute mark. What? What? Okay, any motherfucking way.
I'm gonna need
Willie,
that bitch to get some new material. She literally says the same thing every fucking time. Like, girl, you're just boring at this point. Boring.
she's right on time though, because we can really talk about Willie Lynch and we can really let you know who the actual Willie Lynch person is. For those of you that have always been divested or you didn't spend much time around hoteps and all that type of shit, the Willie Lynch letter is supposedly a speech that was given in Virginia in the 1700s by a slave owner named Willie Lynch that gave a speech to other slave owners on how to keep their slaves for 300 years or more. What he said was you need to divide the people, the slaves, by skin tone, money, field nigga, house nigga, age, and several other ways to just keep them divided and keep them, fighting for position in the system that he created. Okay. But I'm going to keep it real with you. Let's share my screen and let's see who the real Willie Lynch is. Because don't nobody got time for this shit. Black men are the real Willie Lynch. Y'all just saw what just happened, right? I had me a black woman troll naming herself light skin only, coming up asking us if we were dark. Well, who do you think put all of that shit in black women's heads? Niggas. Okay. They have us separated by so many. Now, listen, I don't ever think there is a sisterhood, that there ever was a sisterhood, that there's going to be a sisterhood. If should there be? Absolutely. But as long as a nigga exists, it'll never happen. Differing opinions on niggas is always going to keep black women separated. It is what it is. There's some mammies that all they want in the world is a lollipop and for black men to be okay. Well, I don't feel that way. And me and that bitch ain't gonna get along because I'm self first. Put myself first in every goddamn thing, and you should do the same thing. Nobody's putting black women first. Therefore, you're going to have to do it yourself. But let's look at some of the ways the real Willie Lynch, i.e. Kangz, got us separated around this bitch. Now, make no mistake about it. Both of those women are drop dead fucking gorgeous, right? Black men know good and well how much black women love them to pieces. So they start out with telling you how to be divided. Who's better than this and who's better than that? Where do y'all think the word preferences come from? Look at her. Still down here. You see what I'm saying? She is a whole goddamn I bought into the Kangz Willie Lynch letter ass bitch. You see what I'm saying? Coming back here, donating her last two, girl, you better give that to your man, Barbara. Give it to him. All right, refund yourself, bitch. Anyway, we around here talking shit about somebody that's too skinny, talking about somebody that's overweight, and it's all based on what a nigga wants. Aaliyah, what you got on this? Because I honestly think both of those women are fucking gorgeous.
Of course they are, but they have always had this separation between thin women and thick women. And I mean, I think it's completely ridiculous to me. And I mean, I have always been on the thicker side, especially my ass and hips. And I don't know how, for the longest, I was told that men of other races did not like women with my shape.
Y'all need to hear this
prefer.
Part. Y'all need to hear this part because goddamn it, it's not true. White men are actually men, so it's some of them that like actual curves. But keep going.
Yeah, and see, I was told that for the longest, and I'm thinking to myself, this is why I actually ended up trying to kill myself in the gym. And it's like I'm running up to 5 miles a day. How small do y'all think I'm going to be able to get? Because I was told for the longest that they did not like curvier women. Like I was not a size 0. My cousin, on the other hand, is a size, I think the largest she may be now is a 2, but she's been small her entire life. And we just go back and forth all the time. It's just friendly banter. But I tell her all the time, I want your body. And like she like, I know I want what you got. So we just go back and forth. But that's where the shit starts, is the point. They put all these inferiority complexes into us. And I think it's pros and cons to having both shapes. I have learned to embrace my curves. I love it. But I also think that there are thinner women on the thinner side that can do a lot more that I can't do. And I think those women are absolutely beautiful. We just have to learn how to be okay with what we were given. That's why the cosmetic surgery industry is what it is, and people walking around here with all these fake lopsided asses with these super tiny waists that the bodies don't even look real anymore. A lot of this shit, these bitches are walking around looking botched now, and this is where it started.
Look, I'm seeing these big ass, overdone asses, and y'all, who do y'all think they doing this for? Look, they could do it for whoever the fuck they want to do it for. It's when you start coming at other women for not doing it is what my issue is. Ain't nobody getting ready to alter their body for no motherfucking black man. It's not happening. You got to remember, what is a black man? Y'all know what it is, right? A underperforming, right? Scary ass, coward ass, failed version of a man. So why in the fuck would I go cut my body up with 2 thin ass thighs and a huge added on ass, and then coming at other bitches talking about, yeah, you just mad because I'm the face of the city, all that shit. The shit looks crazy as fuck. It honestly does, and I'm not going. Right, Ebony?
Let's not forget about the poor ladies who are trying to go on the cheap, risking their lives and dying on the surgical table. Okay? That is happening more and more. They're being done by people who are basically not trained to do it, or surgeons who are basically pushed to bring that money in. But your life can get caught in the crosshairs. I was
But
always
you know what, Ebony? They're worth dying for, according to the mammy. Do you know how many rubber bullets got taken for a drug addict that they saw like suffocate to death, according to them, right? They was catching bullets to the head, rubber bullets, I might add, getting fucked up, getting beat on, and all types of shit for the least of them. I'm talking about, it wasn't the upstanding so-called unicorn that does not exist, right? They was getting fucked up for somebody that was clearly high, clearly giving out counterfeit money. and
But
it's worth their life to
but
them.
DZ, they have always been expected to and perform the fact that their bodies they will lay on the line for these guys in a surgical sense and die. They could get shot by a ricochet bullet. Black women have always put themselves in harm's way to protect the sorriest human beings alive.
They have. What's going on, Snapple?
Hello, happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
As you all said, these two ladies are beautiful. I would say I had a mouthful to say on this. I want to start with the smaller lady. The community, particularly ugly, dusty, raggedy ass Taekwondarius and his aunties and them. They like to try to shade Black women who are on the slimmer side and don't have those ridiculous ass bubble butts and shit, and try to make them feel like they're less of a woman. But then at the same time, they also will get a woman like that and sabotage her and like manipulate her into gaining weight. So it's just a whole bunch of fuck shit that these ashy ass so-called Black men do in the community. That's why you really can't. I mean, I wish Black women just wouldn't even entertain what they have to say, because literally nothing that you do is right. If you're too thin, you less of a woman. If you're too big, you's a big fat bitch. But they want you to be big because you look better. You look better, thicker. Like, you don't need to go to the gym. You be looking good, feeling good on your workout regimen. Then you meet a Kang, and all of a sudden they sabotaging your shit because they real diabolical. So this is definitely something that these ignorant ass motherfuckers like to try to pit Black women against each other in one way or another, and to sabotage them, their progress, and their self-esteem on both ends of the spectrum.
I agree 150%. Before we go on to the next goddamn division, I don't know what the fuck is going on with StreamYards. Go ahead, Kyra. I think I'm gonna have to leave and come back in because this is ridiculous. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say something along the lines of what Snapple said. They love to say in the Black community for the thinner girls, well, only a dog wants a bone. But the thicker Black girl, they will demonize her. And let's say a thicker girl does decide to try to, I don't know, lose weight or whatnot. They'll be trying to shame and sabotage her, talking about, that's some white people food. You ain't gonna use all that grease.
Hold up a second, Kyra. Mods, get that Black girl magic bitch about this chat. Don't be writing nobody name down here, and don't be sending them over to no nigga that can't stand they fucking guts. Are you out of your goddamn mind, whore? Get that bitch up out of here, please.
Oh, DZ, the mods already took care of it. They're on it.
Thank you, weirdo.
And yeah, I'm sorry, Kyra. Go ahead, because I had one more comment before DZ went to the next slide. But go ahead.
Oh, that's all. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh no, I was just about to say, just to piggyback off of what Ebony was saying about the surgeries, more on that. Because see, I remember it was a time where they were so obsessed with that shit that they were ending up trying to get these big asses. They were ending up with cement, fix-a-flat, and all kind of shit. They were literally, it's not nowhere near as bad as it used to be, but they were getting literally fucked up behind this. They were getting ribs removed, trying to get these small, tiny ass waists with these huge butts and thighs. It didn't match. That's why they look crazy, because your body, after you got this thin frame, this huge ass, with this tiny waist, it got to the point where it just was not looking real. Like you literally look fake, and your body, you look sick. And this is the extreme that they were going to appeal to this demographic who said they like thick women, that they liked asses. But then when you have thicker women with asses, it's hard to keep a man's attention, because they tend to not take women who are built a certain way seriously. Let's just be real. That's why I have never minded thinner frames, because I'm like, you don't want a man following you around about looking at your ass all the time. It's like the man that stays looking in your chest all the time and don't look at your face. It's like, excuse me, hello, I'm talking, and it's like they tend to not take certain women seriously when they look a certain way. So that's why I say we just got to get out of this mind frame to where it's all about trying to appeal to their gaze. Like, who at this point in my life, it's like, who gives a fuck what they like? This is not for you.
Exactly. I just want Black women to stop giving a fuck, because it's all a mind trick. It's like massive gaslighting. I mean, the Kangz are slow, don't get me wrong, like they can't read out loud and shit, but they real manipulative with Black women. So y'all Black women need to just not even give a fuck what they have to say, because up is down, down is up, left is right, etc., etc.
But Snapple, they do that because they can be. They manipulate because they can. Black women are so, God, invested in them. It's sick and sad, but it's true. So, I mean, and basically, you can never meet a goal post that you can never meet a goal. If you lose weight, then you're too thin. If you have a curvy shape, then you're too fat. You're too light skinned. You too dark skinned. You in the middle. Your hair's too nappy. It's not nappy enough. I mean, really, it's not straight enough. It can never be straight enough. That is one of the things that helped me divest so well and so quickly. Is because, okay, there are other men out here. I realize that there's a lot of the whole gaggle of men over there. I'm leaving the hood. I'm leaving Blackistan. Bye.
Listen, ladies, I really want to get into this one. Okay. All of you Black women from 18 to 899, listen, there is no need to sit up there and go at each other over a nigga. I think that's self-explanatory, but we got to get into this shit. Let me tell you something. They started saying shit about the wall. They start saying shit about appearances. They start talking about anything they can to go ahead and put a division between women. If you got somebody that's younger, you have to understand that you have to remember when you were in your 20s, how you operated back then. Okay. Just try to put yourself in their shoes to a certain extent to make sure that you know that you're not, I guess, being overbearing or whatever, because you got niggas out here telling them that older women are jealous of them because of the attention of a nigga. I almost put the hard R on that motherfucker. Don't nobody want the attention of a nigga except for some old washed up ass mammy still running around here in apple bottom jeans and boots with the motherfucking fur. Listen, Black women that have grown the fuck up, they already know what you on and don't want to hear a goddamn thing you got to say. We already know what men are. Okay. It is what it is, and you don't fit the motherfucking bill, bitch. That's just what it is. And when they're telling younger women, hey, be careful. Ain't nobody competing for that dusty ass, syphilis-filled shit log you got, pussy. Nobody's trying to go for that. But you got to remember now, when you were in your 20s, you bought into that shit. A lot of women did. Oh, she just. Why do y'all think that they tell you that older women are jealous? Because they don't want you listening to the advice at all. But when you talk about a different situation, they always tell you, go talk to somebody that's been there. Go talk to somebody that got experience. Go talk to somebody that got wisdom. As soon as you say, hey, baby sis, don't fuck with no nigga. Oh, that bitch jealous. She just listen, don't nobody want that motherfucker. Trying to keep you up off of these femicide pages. Trying to keep you from being a goddamn CDC statistic around this bitch. That's it. The wonderful thing about being an adult, you do what you want to do. And it's going to take a lot of them experiencing it on their own. I'm trying to get you out of there so that you don't have to come out of there damaged. Babies that you can't take care of. Babies that you really didn't want in the first place. All in kinds of, your credit all fucked up. Right? Let's hope he ain't whooped your ass and that type of shit, trying to get you out of there with your eye socket in goddamn. So what we got to do is make sure that we respect where each other is coming from. Older women need to respect that they're still on their journey, right? And younger women got to understand, baby, don't nobody want that thing. If you come across an older woman, young women, if you come across an older woman that's still on this motherfucker, looking for dangalang, looking for sex, looking for the attention of the nigga, you might have a point right there. But if you got somebody that's telling you, hey, there's a better way to do this shit where you ain't got to suffer damage, she just trying to put you up on game. That's it. That's all. Aaliyah, what you got?
I mean, they have to understand that they came up with this shit. They created this shit specifically to put younger and older women against each other. That's where that wall bullshit came from, to where you hit the wall if you were older than 25 years old. And it's like, 25 years old? Are you serious? Because it was younger than that. They actually, changed the age range. That's how you know they're full of shit. But either way it goes, it's like they created their wall shit for this purpose, to keep these women from different generations at each other's throat. It's like, oh, you're just old and jealous. Oh, well, you're just young and dumb. And it's like, no, I think that they have the potential to learn from each other, but it's like what you said. They don't want the younger ones talking to the older ones, because a lot of the older ones have been there and done that. And so they're trying to stop you, which is like what we do. They're trying to stop you from making the same mistakes that a lot of them made, because they want to see you do better. Don't get me wrong. It's some disgusting ass old bitches out there. Yeah, a lot of them are horrible. But that's not everybody. Not everybody who's trying to put you up on game or tell you something is doing it because they're jealous of you or because they're hating on you. You just have to be open to that shit. But of course, they designed that shit just that way to make you feel like once you reach a certain age, you're no longer dateable. You're no longer, marriage material. You hit the wall and all this other shit. And what it is designed to keep you there by thinking you can't do any better than a black man. So you may as well just go ahead and stick with us, because nobody else is gonna want you. That's what it always comes back down to. Stick with them. This is all you can get at this point. You've hit the wall. They do the same thing with single mothers, and it's really manipulative, and we haven't figured it out yet that this is the fucking game that they're playing.
Listen,
and also on that
let me say this real quick. Other content creators out there, your subscribers are making troll accounts of you, pretending to be you. Just wanted to let you know, y'all better be careful with some of your trolling ass subbies, because I have people in my back in the green screen, right, posing as other content creators. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. So be careful. If you ever see my ass in the back of your goddamn, it's not me. I don't click y'all's link. Okay, I don't click your link at all. But you got people in the back that's trying to pretend to be other people just to come up, and it's not happening. If you see something that says divested zealot after you've provided a link, it ain't me, bitch. I promise you it ain't me. So, move with caution. Go ahead, Ebony Phoenix. My bad.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted to make an observation, if the ladies can't see it. These men set up this game to their benefit, not yours. All of these divisions are to benefit them. They don't want you to listen to reason, right? They want you to hate your body, right? So all you can do is get them. But see, here's the kicker. They don't want you. Not unless they need a tool to use.
When you tell people shit like that, they think that you're, trying to tear down black women's self-esteem. Other races of men do want you. That's the part that they don't want to hear about. Okay, the ones that's telling you that we don't like black women. We absolutely love black women. We hate mammies, though. I will admit that. I can't stand a funky ass mammy. I really can't. All right, so knock off the younger versus older shit. It's unnecessary. Don't nobody want a goddamn black man. Let's keep it moving. This one right here. Okay, tell me which one of the groups out of all the groups that we just named, light skin, dark skin, thick, thin, young, old, which one of these groups of women, black women, fare well with a black man? I'll wait. Which one is coming out with the best outcomes? The answer is not one of them motherfuckers. They ended up on gurneys. They ended up paralyzed. They ended up broke. They ended up with bad credit. They ended up with regrets and bastards that they don't want. So while you're down here pulling each other's weaves out over who fits the bill for a nigga, I want you to tell me who the fuck fare well with these niggas. Snapple.
Oh, this is a hot topic here.
Oh, it's finna get real around this bitch.
Well, let me start off by saying I actually love both of these ladies up here. I know they both mammies, but they're gorgeous, and vanity just wins with me sometimes. I think they're gorgeous, both of them. I think it's a silly, God, it's just. Oh God, I don't even know where to start, because this is one of those ones that is so prevalent with the community, and we obviously also see it in the YouTube streets. So this one right here, I'm gonna let Leah go.
Well, I mean, we have talked about this ad nauseum at this point, and I think we know why they perpetuate this. And the sad thing is, a lot of Black women have bought into it and have started perpetuating it too. And they think they're helping the situation when they're really not. All they're doing is reinforcing a whole lot of insecurities. And like I said, we've already talked about this. As divested women, we're not subscribing to that bullshit. We hopped off this Ferris wheel a long time ago, because you have to see the game for what it is. And I don't know how many times we got to tell y'all, all of this shit is triangulation. It's meant to keep you at odds with your lighter skin or your darker skin sisters. Nobody has time for that bullshit, because like DC was saying, at the end of the day, nobody wins when it comes to them. Think about it. They are the ones who have kept this shit going. Fuck that Willie Lynch shit. All these years, they have perpetuated it in the music, in the movies, any type of entertainment you can think of. They perpetuated it. They kept it going. But see, my problem is a lot of Black women don't want to address that shit. They don't want to talk about what their role is in it. They just want to complain about the fact that colorism even exists. But now is the time for you to address why that is. Who elevated a certain phenotype of women? Who put them in these positions? Who gave them the egos and the big head to think that they were even better than you based upon skin tone? Who set this shit in place like this? So if you're gonna be mad at one particular group of women, go back to the source and say, no, motherfucker, it's time to call you to the carpet, because you are the reason this shit is like this. You push this shit, and hip hop especially. That's why I can't stand hip hop. I've been saying I want them to just take the genre over completely and get rid of that shit. Because this is where a lot of this bullshit started. That it started with them putting it all in the music and putting them all in the videos. And before you know it, it ain't a real Black woman nowhere now, thanks to them. So like I said, if you're gonna be angry at somebody, but see, the problem is they don't want to have to call these niggas out about shit. And that's where we're gonna always disagree at. That's why they always gonna have a problem with us. Cause see, we gonna get in that nigga's ass. Cause this is what he started it.
That part. That fucking part. Y'all, let me just go ahead and show y'all something. It's the desperation for me. It's really the desperation. And it's just making you look bad. This is what happens when your motherfucking ass think that you can get in the Black community what you can get with divestment. They don't have the tools to take care of you. So if you mention, hey sir, ape, whatever you calling them, why you come home late?
Damn keys then! Give me my keys! Can I be his dang go? Give me his dang on jacket! Here, you wrong as hell for that shit. You wrong. What are you doing? Give me my dang. Oh, take that shit. No, you're not doing this shit. Give me my keys. Give me my up. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. You got some more of that shit. Stop throwing my stuff all out. Give me my keys. That's not your car. That is my car. Give my keys. Give my keys. Give it to me now. Stop. Damn it. How you gonna do this to your damn baby? You got a problem because I'm questioning you about coming in late? You got a problem because I'm questioning your ass?
I'm taking care of you.
Give me my damn keys back.
Get out.
Man, you better give me my damn keys back.
Get out.
Oh, this motherfucker, I swear. Get your brother. Get your brother. Here, get your
So, did you hear what he said towards the end? He said, I take care of you. Because this bitch got him and her in these raggedy ass, cheap ass, made out of brick, window AC ass apartments that's taking care of her. Those are his babies he putting out in the middle of the street. When I tell you, it don't matter what your skin tone is. When you put all of your eggs in a basket and hit your motherfucking future to a goddamn nigga, this is the type of shit that goes on. They don't like black women, they don't like children, and they don't like children that belong to them. No matter if you're old, young, light skinned, dark skinned, fat, skinny, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is why us arguing with one another is some of the stupidest shit I ever seen on the planet. Okay, and we still got black women out here on this division shit, trying to sit up, right, and tell you how they're better than you because they did this or they did that or what the fuck ever. Speaking of, let's keep going. Okay, you got people dogging out motherfuckers that have a degree, right? What do they say to the black women that don't have a degree? What do black men say? They say, oh, you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit. You can't do shit. What do they say to the women that do have a degree? That degree ain't gonna keep you warm at night. That shit, that's the white man's degree. You ain't shit. You think you better because you're not going to do well with him. So why scrap with the rest of the other black women over trying to please the unpleasable? You're not his preference, no matter whether you're light or dark. It trips me out when black women call light-skinned black women the preference. I'm going to tell you why. Because that woman's still black. His preference ain't in the black community, y'all. Ain't in the black community. His kids standing there being just with puppy dog looks on their face did not move that nigga one bit. Her panicking, not knowing where she was going to go, any of that shit, the one he so-called taken care of, that didn't bother him. Get the fuck out. You can't ask him shit. You remember, there's a 2 pussy minimum. Ain't nobody fixing to throw their whole fucking family out if there's not a second pussy around. Pull the fuck up. Pull up. Tell me I'm lying. Okay? The link is in the goddamn chat. Kyra, what you got?
Well, this is absolutely true, and this is another instance where black women have bought into this. How many times have folks, other black women, fired at us? So talking about we're bougie and whatnot because we have degrees. Meanwhile, we don't even talk shit about people who don't have degrees.
That part.
DZ, your place has always been welcoming to black women of all different socioeconomic backgrounds.
I got sex workers all the way up to physicians over here. Come on now. I got cashiers all the way up to lawyers over here. Right? What we all got in common? Ain't damn one of us fucking with a goddamn nigga. That part, okay? And it's in order to put yourself first, you first got to cut off black men. That's what you got to do. Because that's the number one problem in your life, to be honest with you. They didn't build you nothing, don't protect you, don't control nothing, can't give you nothing when you're down and out, right? Whenever you do need something, you got to go to a whole nother race of man. So like I said, get them out your life. What's going on, Ebony?
I was saddened by that.
It
I
was
really
sick.
was. I'm saddened by it because even when I was dating, just dating people, they were just all ready to do for me and have the best for me and my best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me my mouth is open with that one.
Yeah,
That's sad. That's sad.
That's the type of shit that happens all the time. Ali, I hear you want to say something.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't know if Emily was done or not. For me, I have never, they talk this shit about degree versus no degree. But the thing is, I have never met a black man, especially who was not trying to compete with me on some level for intelligence once they found out I had an advanced degree. And it's like, they take that as a direct threat to their manhood or something. It's almost as if this bitch ain't better than me. I got to prove that I'm just as smart, if not smarter than her. And so if for some reason degree women bothers them, that really irritates their spirit. I'm a big advocate for education. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, but at the same time, I can pretend like, I mean, there are a lot of people, women, Black women especially, who have been able to find success without them. Let's just be
Mm-hmm.
real.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. For some reason, they was bit with the entrepreneurial spirit. They were
Yep.
able to start their own businesses. They didn't need college degrees to do that, and they are very successful. I think that people just have to do what works for them. For some people, that's school and education to get them to the next level, and for some people, that's going with what they do best. Whether it's I have this talent, I know how to make things, I do arts and crafts. You got people who know how to make their own candles, so that's their business. My cousin is a sewer, so she makes baby clothes and she sells them on Etsy. That's just what she does. So you got to just kind of find what you're good at and see how you can make that work for you. That doesn't always require a degree, but at the same time, being degree has its benefits. So I get both sides of it. The thing is, people try to talk like they know us, but we don't try to come for nobody else's lifestyle on this side until you try to come for us. Because then we're going to have to remind you exactly who you are and what you do for a living and how you earn your money. But it ain't until things turn nasty that we get nasty. And it's usually a response. It's a reaction. That's what but see, everybody want to pretend like they're so fucking innocent. But other than that, nobody is over here downing anybody because a lot of us are working class. Hell, I got a job. I've been talking about that ever since I've been on this motherfucker. I work hard every goddamn day. So it's a lot of working class people over here. What do you do for a living? That's fine. And like Kyra said before, we got cashiers over here. There are hotel clerks and every damn thing else. However you earn your money don't matter as long as you're getting your money. That's what matters.
Let me give y'all an example real quick. Okay. Y'all going to see two of the dichotomies that we were talking about. You're going to see a bigger woman. You're going to see a smaller woman. You're going to see one that she appears to be of a lower income bracket, and the other one is at work. Okay. But when you add a dick in, this is what happens.
Bitch, you don't want you. So you here to work. You're here to work. Stop sitting there trying to get my boyfriend attention. Okay? He keeps telling me shit about your big ass. He don't want you. Okay? He done made it clear. Okay? Well, she here to fucking work. She here being thirsty trying to get niggas attention and shit. Bitch, she got a fucking girlfriend. This ain't my goddamn job to fucking lose. I put my hands on any goddamn bitch up in here. Hey. Fuck.
Okay, you ran from the property. 6 months.
She called her a big ass bitch 3 different times, but that she's in there confronting that quote unquote big ass bitch over a nigga. Okay, at her job. On top of that, y'all ladies got to remember, y'all messing with these niggas out here, and the chicks that they messing with are mammies, and they have nothing to lose. So you fucking around with this nigga, and he got this bitch on the side who ain't got nothing to lose, coming to fuck up your job, right? Ain't no telling what the fuck happened with this girl job after that, because she got people coming up there confronting her. Her hair was tied back. She was in her pajama pants. That mean the bitch was ready to fight. Okay, but we sitting up here scrapping our ass off over some goddamn nigga. Where was he at? Why did you have to tell her that he don't want her? Why is she in the picture? Why is that even going down? Have you ever asked yourself that before you confront another mammy? Okay, I see this type of shit all the time, and it's disgusting. Acrylic, is this your real account, ma'am, or are you Dusty?
Oh, this is really me, but I didn't really want to say anything.
Oh, you clicked the link. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just looking.
Okay, well, go back in the chat, boo.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you for coming up. Look, she just went back on mute. I'm gonna put you back in the chat, Acrylic.
DZ.
Yes.
Okay, it's plausible that the lady working was messing with the cicada, but you know how these mammies are. She could have been doing her job, having excellent customer service skills, making eye contact or whatever, she was needing to do during whatever transaction. You know, these mammies, they think everybody wants their Kang. So it could have been her raggedy, dusty ass, her girl, bye. Like, she saw that lady and she probably was fucking jealous because she felt like, oh, you think you are that because you up here working at this job, you know, and then just wanted to just pull up and embarrass her because this bitch running around with her pajamas. She might not have came to fight. She might have just been going to Walmart. Them dusty, ashy, raggedy bitches. They don't need to they don't wear that shit just to fight. They just tacky and dirty and dusty. So it really could have been the bitch was just jealous and she sees another black woman in a professional setting thriving. And here she fucking comes trying to, you know, crabs in a barrel her ass. And bitch, I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna get you fucked up at work because I hate my life and my hair is musty up under this scarf.
I can't. You almost made me spit out my drink.
But Snapple is right. Snapple's right because a lot of times, sometimes the chicks aren't even sleeping with these cicadas. They are just, you know, working and being doing good customer service, being professional, being cordial. And here comes Bonetta up here making all types of wild accusations, ready to fight, embarrassing herself because she has nothing to lose.
That is actually, I've seen that happen.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're not even interested in the guy. You're just doing what you need to do. And I've had so many women just bristle at me and I'm like, oh, you have a nice day, B. Okay, I can't. But they do all of this for these men. But the funny thing is, once that man is gone, and he's gonna go, okay, because there's what you said, 2 pussy minimum, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So one of the pussies is gonna get him. So he's gonna go out of somebody's life, right? After he's gone and you've acted a complete and total fool, then what?
They don't give a fuck, girl. Black folk ain't got shit to lose, honey. They ain't got shit to lose. Look, numerically, y'all, there are not. If you still into black men, I'm sorry for you. I'm trying to keep a straight face. If you still into black men, numerically, you're fucked. You are fucked. You are literally, y'all outnumber them. So there's going to be a 2 pussy minimum, and you're going to be out here feeling the type of way. It's gotten so bad, y'all, that they are looking for mates in jail. Did you hear what I said? I just needed to stop right there for a second. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, I didn't know whether or not you were getting ready to move on or not. But you know, I just wanted to say one last thing before you move on from this one. Here's the thing about going up on people's job acting a damn fool. See, let me ask a sincere question. Do you think the people I work with care if I don't like or choose not to fuck with black men? Hell no, they care if I did my job correctly. That's what they care about. That's why I say a lot of black people, especially black women, are very childish. And you think they're going up to people's job and calling around at people's job, harassing their bosses and trying to get them fired is the way to go. And all I have to say to that is a lot more employers are getting hip to that game. And not only are they standing by their employees, but they are doing the opposite and tracking you down and serving you with restraining orders and legal papers for harassing and threatening their employees. Because my friend's daughter just experienced this when her ex's mammy mother and sister tried that bullshit and they thought that her job was going to fire her. No, they actually helped her. And that's why his mother's ass has a warrant out for her arrest right now. Nobody's going to continue playing these childish ass games with black people where you bully people into not saying the shit that needs to be said because it involves black men or because they do something that you don't like that offends a black man. Or in this bitch's case, you probably smiled too hard at a black man that she was with or that she liked, and she took that shit completely the wrong way. What I'm saying is these games and these bullshit ass antics y'all are pulling trying to get people fired, that shit is no longer as effective as you may think it is now.
They
That's the
pulling
thing.
that type of shit on YouTube. Stop talking about black men. I'm gonna call you. I don't have a job, by the way. And then on top of that, boo, even if I did, you want me to be homeless and hungry because you don't like what I'm saying on YouTube, but you need help. You need help. But back to y'all, you got black women on TikTok talking about this is how you get a husband. I shit you. I'm embarrassed. It's gotten that bad where black women are telling you to log on where a bunch of felons and violent motherfuckers are to try and get that cheap ass cubic zirconia ass ring that she got. Ain't nobody ever been at that. Please tell me, black women, you're not that desperate. Do I have to go into how dangerous that shit is? We have had countless stories of motherfuckers that don't even have a criminal record that happen to be black men still fucking you to fuck up. That was irresponsible of that motherfucking bitch to put that up here. How dare you suggest that black women log on to a jail website, prison website, looking for niggas? Really?
But DZ, you have to remember, these black males are right where she knows they are, and they're faithful to her. Surely her jailbird Tyrone is not fucking the other inmates. I mean, that never happens. He's just sitting there quietly reading the Bible or the other book, and just waiting and he's doing his time patiently and calmly. He's not fucking the other inmates, not at all.
Well, that's not actually new. Someone told me to when I was single at one, you need to go to, there's some guys over there and, they're locked up, but you should definitely be able to get one of them. I looked at them like they were dirt.
I mean,
I'm speechless.
You've already established that the bar is underneath hell at this point for black women. And it's like, but this is not out of the ordinary for them. I know y'all remember Prison Bay, right? They was talking about how fine he was. They have always saw out jailbirds. And it's like, why in the hell do you want somebody that's locked up, don't got shit? He only talking to you because he needs a pen pal. He wants somebody to write back and forth to, and somebody put money on his books for commissary and all this other shit. So basically, you'll be his cash cow on the outside because very few of those relationships actually work out once those men are released, mind you. But yeah, black women was going crazy over Prison Bay, and he was nowhere near as attractive as they tried to pretend like he was. And if I'm not mistaken, as soon as he got out, he became a model, and now he's actually with a whole white woman. So look at how dumb it's like. Do we ever stop embarrassing ourselves ever?
Yo, they have so many divisions between black women. Even the way you fuck, they got you down the middle. How many times have y'all heard a black woman say, dating coaches now on this raggedy ass website, you're gonna have to sometimes have sex when you don't want to? What to do? What, keep him the 2 pussy minimum dude? Are you fucking serious? And you charge these women to tell them they gonna have to fuck sometimes when they don't want to? Right? Y'all got black women that have these black men at their houses, right? Telling black women to they fucking face, that's why I always cheat on you, because she suck it down to the base. She gives me head 5 times a day, and she cook, and she do. And then instead of saying, you know what, take your ass over there and get it sucked to the base, and then divesting and getting the fuck on. No, what black women do, they try to go ahead and compete with the other woman that he's talking about. Maybe she exists, maybe she don't. I don't know. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. But your first thought is to go ahead and start competing, really, with the bitch that he said. So he gonna have both of y'all, right? He gonna have not only is his lips gonna be ashy, his dick gonna be ashy too, because everybody's slobbing on it in competition to keep this motherfucker pleased. The one that comes from a group of men that don't build a goddamn thing. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. Listen, you should not be having sex if you don't want to. If somebody is fucking on you and you don't want that, that's called R wording. Did you hear what I said? Is this thing on? I don't know if this thing is on. Mistress Rowe, welcome to the panel. I know you fixing to tear shit up.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing? I'm so glad you brought this topic up tonight. So let's start here, and then we gonna snowball it into history, if you will allow me. First things first, my name is Mistress Rogue, and there's a reason I'm Mistress Rogue. That's because I used to be a femdom. I'm not ashamed of shit I've done. You can go home and write to whoever you feel or wherever you feel about it. That's number one. Number two, why the fuck would anybody submit to a group of men who submitted to every group of men they've encountered? Why not just go fuck the men that conquered them and just move on with your life? But you mammy bitches can't do that. Y'all out here doling out advice talking about go get you a man from prison. I'm sorry. He sucks like 14 dicks a day, and he's probably doing at least 6 of them for pleasure. The rest are probably for survival's sake. But y'all got y'all ass out here talking about, well, go get you a man in jail. He ain't going nowhere. Girl, you competing with him and 9,000 other roommates, as they call them, quote unquote. You out of your fucking mind. That's number one. Number two, and very important, I need Black women to stop this pitting this shit head to head over a group of men who ain't built shit, got shit, ain't done shit, ain't gonna do shit, only exist because of charity. Because if we're gonna be honest, they should have been annihilated long ago. They have no existential use whatsoever unless you count prison labor, sucking dick, and just being fucking degenerate. Number three, and most importantly, I'm a very proud, degreed Black woman, so I don't give a fuck where you come from in your walk in life. I give a fuck about where you're going, and I hope it's somewhere safe and away from these niggas. I don't get what this never-ending competition between Black women are for what? Because niggas are not a trophy. Anybody that has a 200% failure rate at relationship, not 100 is an absolute number. This motherfucker is twice an absolute number, which is 200%. No matter who he's with, it doesn't matter if you're light, dark, thick, thin, even the preferences, quote unquote, ain't ending up too well. Because DZ, you did a story a couple months back where there was one dude who had a preference, and you know what he did? He fucking beheaded her. What is the point of competing for people who ain't got shit, ain't gonna do shit, have done nothing but aid and abet to your goddamn suffering in the long run? Last thing, historical lessons. Did y'all know that there are some historians that believe that the Greek myth Medusa was actually a form of propaganda perpetuated by Greeks? And some believe the source is African men, because remember, back in those days, race was not a construct. Medusa represented the seductive Black woman. If you know the myth, you know the myth. I can't get into it up here because I don't want your channel to get in trouble, but it is thought that that was a tool or mechanism that they were using, that Greek people and some people believe Black men were using to make sure that Greek white men and Black women didn't get together, because it looks like she beguiled him on one hand, but on the other hand, it looks like he R-worded her. So that's a very impromptu tool. And it's the same mechanism they've been harnessing for thousands of years. My question is, when are y'all gonna get tired of this dumbass sleight of hand trick? Because quite frankly, I'm tired of watching it.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is the thing, y'all. And she just brought the heat. You have to understand what a Black man is. Just sit down and think about what he is. If you give any fucks about yourself, you wouldn't even consider him. You wouldn't even consider his ass. By the way, the Willie Lynch letter has been proven to be a fucking hoax. No such speech took place. The real Willie Lynch is Black males. That's who it is. That's the one that's causing all the division. That's the one that got motherfuckers walking up on their job and arguing with bigger women, smaller women, degreed women, and whoever else. They got all these goddamn coaches out here telling you how to impress these niggas. If you are a Black woman, you will not impress them. They're not here for it. Okay? Any need that you feel from them is because of what you can provide for him, the service that you're performing at the time. Once you don't have any more use, it's done. And you better hope he just walks away and don't take your goddamn head off. That's what I'm saying to you. Okay? I've been looking around here, and y'all notice all the shade and all types of stuff. I'm waiting. I'm looking at my clock, waiting for them to talk shit about who's the actual problem. I'm not interested in your popularity. I'm interested in your fucking life. Get the fuck away from these people. If you find yourself for some odd reason hating on a Black woman that you don't know, right? Instead of just saying you disagree with what she says, but you actually hate them, you got a problem, boo. You got a problem, okay? I'm still waiting for you to talk shit about all these murders that's taking place, all these single mothers that's taking place, all these hungry ass children that can't even fucking read in the 8th goddamn grade, but still being passed along because the school is ready to get rid of your goddamn kid because they tired of you coming up there cussing them out about what your kid can't do. Huh? Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh no, I was just about to say, and we talked about this kind of behind the wall. Oh, okay, of course, as me, some coming from this community as well. I am a submissive. Mistress Rowe can speak for the dominance, but I am a professionally trained submissive primal. Don't forget that. Add that in before the submissive part. I'm a primal submissive, but I've been professionally trained in the art of submission. So that's how come. And let me just say, I've never submitted to a Black man, and I never will.
That part.
Submission is something that is earned. That it takes a man, it takes a high level degree of care that they are not in any position to provide. That's care before and after. So most dominants take care of their submissives. See, they don't understand what that is about because they don't care about anybody but themselves. The thing with them is their idea of submission is you do what I say and you don't ask me any questions. So if I say cook, you cook. That is a maid. When I say suck my dick, I want you to suck my dick. That means I don't have to do shit for you. I don't have to give you anything in return. I don't have to make it worth your while. It's not a reciprocal relationship in any kind of way. That is a sex slave. That's exactly what that is. So you just want somebody, you want a slave. That's essentially what they want. They don't want submissives. They want somebody they could just tell what the fuck to do and somebody that's not going to question anything. And it's like, that's not really how that works. But you can't force somebody to submit to you. You have to give them something to submit to. And when a woman sees that in a man, trust me, a real woman can spot dominance. That's why we always say a man who is an alpha is not gonna have to tell you he's an alpha. That's gonna be obvious, and he's not gonna force you to submit to him. It's some shit he gonna do and say that's gonna come out of his mouth. You gonna fall to your knees anyway. If you a real ass heterosexual woman.
Now,
and he ain't gonna have
my
to
husband ain't
you
never
to
had
do
to
that.
ask me to submit. Whenever his ass walk in the room, it's like, oh my God. You just turn into something else when he walks into the room. It's like, hey, babe,
like, God damn, yeah.
I mean, and they don't even have to say shit, just stand there. It's like, oh my goodness, they providers, they protectors, they problem solvers. When they see some shit, they go ahead and tackle it. But y'all out here fighting over these niggas.
Exactly.
Let me put this banner up.
They exude that shit naturally. It just comes naturally, and that's just the energy that they exude. And they don't have to say too much. The ones that's walking around talking all this shit are the ones who are probably the least alpha men on the planet.
I feel like
go ahead, Snapple.
Yeah, y'all speaking Swahili right now. They don't hear y'all though, because they can't relate. The Kangz, and this is the thing, like as far as Dustyville and ghetto speak terms, they don't know what the hell y'all talking too advanced for them. So what they hear and see as far as submissive and dominant is this. Submissive is that girl that you just played on that TikTok, that woman, I should say, who got kicked out with her kids because he was so-called taking care of her. So he had all the control and he was able to just put her out. Then the dominant is when it's her house and she working 95 hours a week. He's on the PlayStation. She's the provider. In both situations, the mammy is still going to get fucked up, period. So it's like, just avoid them at all costs. And then as far as the jailbird thing, we got a whole reality show popping right now that is glorifying this type of union. And the most popping couple on there is a mammy and a Kangz. So I think these that might contribute to why more of this is like circulating on TikTok. But I do know this has been a thing for a long time with this whole pen pal situation where mammies are just desperate and they're like, well, shit, I'll take him because he in jail and I know where he at and I know I count on him when to call and I could put money on his books. But it's like, girl, you don't know what the hell he's doing in there. And also, like, girl, come on now. The bar is in hell.
You're right. Let me check this back room real quick. Sadie, are you dusty?
Absolutely not. I'm not dusty, but I have some facts here. So black men are killed every day.
Stay right there for a second, Sadie. Rebecca, are you dusty? Okay, I'm gonna bring you down, Rebecca. Okay, go ahead. You got some surround sound going, Sadie, but go ahead. What you got?
So black men are killed every 15 minutes, more than black women.
Girl, bye. They killing each other.
We don't give a fuck. They need to speed that shit up to 7 minutes. Anything else?
What's your point?
So I'm asking, like, how is black femicide a bigger issue than black malecide?
Because I'm a black woman and I put myself first, so I care about black women more. Anything else?
5 hours. 5 hours is nothing.
Why is that funny to you? Because as somebody
exactly.
As a black woman, I can't stomach that. Furthermore, the number one cause of their deaths is homicide. They're out here killing each other. Black women ain't out here killing each other in mass, honey. They don't need you. They don't need our help to. No, they don't need your help to kill. They don't need your help to get killed off. They're doing it themselves with the drive-bys, with the drugs, with the shitty ass goddamn behavior, with the bullshit that they perpetuate in the public.
Why do you think they're doing those crimes?
Because
I know nobody give a fuck about you doing them goddamn crimes, girl. What the fuck wrong with you?
They were born dysfunctional.
What is wrong with you?
Why the fuck do you keep calling us? Like, why the fuck do you keep
I am not a lesbian, and I don't.
Systemic
Do you understand how you ended up here in the first place? Do you understand that black men with soldiers?
This is Sparta!
Thank you.
Listen, I'm just going to say this once and for all. No man who has yet to submit a job application should be asking any woman for motherfucking submission. So kick rocks, bitch.
Well, like I said earlier in the live, Irishmen were oppressed for 900 years. So, and you don't see them belly aching about shit like black males do. So if black males can never rise because of systemic racism, then that means that they should just entirely be under someone else's heel. I mean, if they can't step up, then they need to step down.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just real quick, I just wanted to say that, they're always belly aching about being, lynched. Did y'all know they were lynching like quite a few more Italians than they were black men at one point in history? It wasn't socially acceptable for white Italian people to actually be white until somebody wrote a book about Christopher Columbus, who was a fucking idiot, mind you, but he was an idiot that actually went somewhere. So we're going to give him a little wee bit of credit for leaving his goddamn home country. But at one point, the KKK in New Orleans was lynching quite a few Italian immigrants. So I don't know. Look, you still belly aching about that? Italians didn't give a fuck. They were sad. They did their thing. They moved on. Everywhere you go, there's a little Italy. What do you go in a black community and find a little, I don't know, Africa or a little Pan Africa? You don't.
I told y'all, like, they use this shit as a crutch. Every little thing is slavery. You gonna sit up here and with your mammy ass, your bobbleheaded mammy ass calling in here, caping for the Kangz who wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire, and you're gonna sit here and excuse them for mass homicide because of slavery. Slavery. Why do you do everything? Because of slavery. Like, give it the fuck up. Get over it. Y'all was not slaves, period. And she played herself. I don't care if she was trolling or if she was serious. Either way, she played herself, because the Kangz wouldn't even do it to troll, to protect, to try to speak up or defend your ass.
Did she just create a word out of thin air called black malicide or some shit like that? And see, here's the thing. She proved basically everything we've already been saying just based on that short call. She proved everything we've been saying, because why the competition? Why would you try to hijack something that's all about black women and then turn around and make it all about them? They really have a habit of doing that. They've always done it. And it's like, why would you...
that black femicide for me?
Exactly.
How in the fuck is that even funny? That girl needs some help big time.
It's
You
like,
think that shit is funny? What the hell is wrong with you, bitch?
exactly, like they have to hijack every topic and make it all about them. So it's back to them being in competition for women to see who's the most oppressed, who has it the worst. I'm not trying to compete with grown ass men, and stop trying to crowbar them into our space to have them compete with us. That's the thing. I just don't get it. Why she constantly calls up here to say the same thing, but she calls up here to achieve what she just achieved now, which is to derail the entire conversation and throw off the live stream.
Rebecca, listen, I tried to bring you up earlier. You didn't say anything. Then you came back and your device wasn't connected. So again, Rebecca, are you dusty? Okay, Rebecca, I'm going to end up blocking you. Okay? I'm going to end up blocking you because I know that your mic is unmuted. I hope you're not having technical difficulties. I'm in the wrong here. But this is like, this getting out of control, boo. I'm sending you back.
Well, in the spirit of what Aaliyah said, let's get back to topic. Another thing to piggyback off of the whole submissive versus dominant thing, Black women, stop doing sexual practices and sexual acts that you really don't want to do. If you are a heterosexual woman, why are you having a threesome with your man and another woman?
Awesome point. But
I think they force themselves into making up this whole new like sexuality just to calm their nerves to be able to have that black man in their life. They know that there's a 2 pussy minimum. So therefore she done sat there and convinced herself that she don't mind that type of shit. They have been putting up with all types of shit. Your grandmama and them used to put up with that type of shit. Okay? You remember Barbara and Shirley, right? They've been putting up with that shit forever.
And to piggyback off what Kyra is saying, they're even getting smarter than them now where that is concerned, because they'll take 2 straight women who are not bisexual and put them in the same dynamic where they don't fuck each other. They just both fuck him. And it's like, see, you're smart. They're smart in that regard. Anything that they think can take advantage of somebody, that's what they put their brain power towards. So you know not to bring in 2 bisexual women, because what it is, you know that if they get together and they start fucking on each other, baby, you are gonna be up shit creek, and they might eventually figure out that they don't need you. Hell, they are better off just being together, especially if she eat pussy a little bit better than you, and she enjoying this shit a little too much, and she got her coming a little bit more than you are. Baby, your ass is out the door. So they getting a little bit smart where that shit is concerned, and finding women who are not into other women, but they are willing to be involved in that sort of dynamic. And again, it's all about selfishness. That's what them motherfuckers are doing. They think they slick, and black women keep falling for that bullshit. That relationships and dynamics like that benefit no one but him. That's all it is. Because he getting everything he want. He got the 2 pussy minimum. So he ain't got to fuck on the same woman all the time. So basically that's cheating with consent. That's all that shit has always been. You're giving him permission to sex another woman and cheat on you with your consent. And then he get to move himself right on in, and he probably got one, if not both of them bitches taking care of him, if he even has a job at all. And that's how those dynamics usually work. And they try to convince you that that is the way a healthy relationship is supposed to be. And it's like, no. You were smart. You knew exactly what you were doing. You got 2 women who wouldn't do anything besides fuck you. They wouldn't even fuck each other. And you know, if they did fuck each other, they would decide that they don't fucking need you.
Check this out, y'all. Now, this is the protection of black men that I'm talking about. I can guarantee you it's not about maybe 2, 3 of y'all in the chat that know who this is. I can guarantee you that shit. I'm going to tell you why. Because you can't find this story on YouTube. Maybe it'll be on there next week. I don't fucking know. But for right now, he's being protected. That right there is a paramedic out of Georgia. Okay? He's a paramedic, somebody that's supposed to be a first responder, that's supposed to make sure that people are, you know, taken to emergency services or hospital if they need it. This is what black women call a unicorn. Okay. Well, there was a black woman who's I'm going somewhere with this now. She's 51 years old. Okay. And they hid her identity for a reason. Okay. It was in Atlanta. So I can almost guarantee you this was a black woman, a 51-year-old black woman. She went to a club and got completely wasted. I mean, she got so goddamn drunk that she couldn't drive home. So instead of risking getting a DUI, she got into her SUV, right? And she was going to catch some Z's because, you know, who the fuck wants a DUI? In Georgia, you don't want a DUI. Bare minimum $10,000 to rectify that situation. Don't drive drunk in Georgia if you, you bet not. But this nigga here, the paramedic, up under the guise that he's coming to help somebody, saw her in her car sleeping, okay? Got in. Do y'all think he helped her? Is that why he up here? Y'all think he took her to the hospital, made sure she was all right because she was in that car, passed the fuck out? No, what he did was moved her vehicle and went on ahead and took it. He went on ahead and had non-consensual intercourse with this woman. This is a first responder. Now, let me tell you this. When these niggas tell you, I applied, but they didn't hire me, you looking at the reason why this is going down, because when these motherfuckers actually do get a job, they still on that Blackistani bullshit where you have to degrade black women. It doesn't change just because they got a degree. It doesn't change because they went into another income bracket, if they at church or none of that shit. At the end of the day, it's still a motherfucking black man. The reason I take so much issue with that is, number one, because sexual assault is an issue. It's an issue, okay? Me as a survivor and all the other surviving black women that I've talked to, motherfuckers like this set me the fuck off. It's very fucking triggering. Stop fucking with these women like this. But anyway, y'all have got to do what you got to do and get the fuck away from these people. If I was her, I wouldn't even been in that goddamn area, because there's too many black folk in that goddamn area of Atlanta that this happened in. Okay, and there's no victim blaming here going on. When I tell y'all to put your head on a swivel, make decisions to keep these people as far away from you as possible. They always got their shit log on their mind, even when they're a first responder, passed all the certification and became the wonderful unicorn that y'all always talk about. This is what the unicorns are doing. I just wanted to put that out there. And if y'all find the goddamn video, I bet you it's not on YouTube. That's part of the protection of them. Okay. Okay, I just don't understand why I can find mug shots of everybody else, whether it be a white man, a black woman, anybody that does anything. Everybody put their shit on blast. But you got to go digging for these niggas shit. This is what I mean when I tell you that they are goddamn protected. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there in case y'all didn't know that this happened. But these unicorns are doing the same exact thing that these so-called other motherfuckers are doing. All right. Let me remove him because his face is also triggering me. Oh, anybody on the panel heard of this goddamn story? It was disgusting.
No, I have not. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh no, I was just about to say, I mean, I did, and I thought it was disgusting because this man is a first responder, so his first instinct should have been to get this woman some help. He didn't know the situation. It just so happens that she was drunk and passed out. He didn't know if she was dying or whatever the case may have been. He wasn't trying to get her some help. He was trying to get some pussy, because I told you, this all they think about all day, every day, even on the job. Just like I said about the officers. They think with their dicks constantly. You can't keep your dick in your pants for 5 minutes. You see a woman passed out, you don't even know why in the hell she passed out. But that's
what the
all
fuck happened to that wall? Can anybody tell me what happened to the wall? Because I thought that women over 25 was a fucking problem. They pussy wasn't no goddamn good and all that shit. But soon, look, there is no such thing as the goddamn wall. It's just another way to pit black women against each other. These niggas will fuck anything that got a hole. Okay, donuts included.
Look, let's just be real. If he hit the wall, it fucked up his hairline, and that's my petty moment for the night.
I wanted to also add, don't let an old age delude you into thinking a black male is harmless. You saw that gray on his head and in his beard, so he was clearly older, but he was still on some fuck shit. Don't let your guard down just because he has some grays up in his hair.
Here's another black man that was on his goddamn job, you know, another unicorn, I might add, that they keep telling you that's out there.
Right, in the report, it says that the victim felt like she was scared and thought that her attacker would hurt her. In the report, it says that she saw that the security guard was armed and that he gestured towards his gun when he told her not to tell anyone. Now, this is 31-year-old Augusta Williams. He's an armed.
Look at that shit.
Ew.
Do you understand me?
Oh my God.
Look at this ugly motherfucker. What you mean? Where y'all mammies at that's always talking about black men, the finest motherfucking men on the planet? You need to pull the fuck up right now. I can't with this shit. This thing don't even look human. What is this? I feel so bad for that 14-year-old girl. I can't even imagine. She's out there waiting for her mother to come pick her up after she took in a movie, y'all. The security guard that's supposed to make sure that she's okay, that nobody's fucking with her. She's a minor. She's waiting on her mother. You're supposed to walk the perimeter, make sure ain't no danger in sight, make sure that she gets to her mother's car safely. And what the fuck do, Unicorn? You and your uniform went over there and fucked with this little girl. I'll let them tell you. Let's keep going.
An armed security guard for night security of Gainesville Public Safety. Ocala police say the Knights subcontract with Hollywood 16 in Ocala. On Saturday night, while the 15-year-old victim was waiting for a ride home, police say Williams offered to watch over her. In the arrest report, police write the teen thought Williams was taking her to an exit when he took her into an empty movie theater instead. He then took her up to the front behind a curtain and then sexually assaulted her. The teen told her mom what happened the next day.
If something like this has happened to anybody,
This is the manager of the movie theater. Now you can look on Zaddy's face. He is fucking embarrassed. He's embarrassed. But if he didn't hire him, guess what happens? He's racist. So now he's having to do this goddamn report. Y'all listen to what the fuck he says. He's embarrassed. These people like him are stuck between a rock and a hard place. If they don't hire him, he's a racist. If they do hire him, he's putting all these motherfuckers in danger. Let's go.
we want to know about it. Obviously, we want to put the bad people, the bad whoever in jail. Obviously, that's our main goal. We don't want anybody to feel like they can't tell anybody. Come and tell me. Come and tell whoever. But we need to stop this and bring justice to our victims.
Police say they found evidence in that movie theater to support the victim's claims. Police say that Williams told him he was just trying to help the teen find her cell phone, even though police say it was a movie theater she hadn't been in. Police are thanking this teen for coming forward and being courageous enough to tell her story.
This is a hot ass mess. Okay. Then the police had to go see whether her story added up, ladies. Because guess what? Had they not done that and just took her word for it, then he would have got the fuck away. This is y'all's men that y'all come up against the ladies in my chat and the women on my panel for. And it's fucking disgusting. Do you not have any sort of morals where you could say, hey, at least be careful? If you're a mammy, you can't tell the little girls to be careful, that she's not safe around a nigga. Go ahead.
Yeah, they tell them to be leery of men that's have like this man who has the microphone. They don't tell them to be leery of that weird, creepy looking motherfucker that looks like the men you've shown in these pictures. They want them to be scared of white men and men of other groups. That's why they keep talking about that shit. But that's not who you should be afraid of. You should be scared of the motherfucker. And see, this may be wrong to say, but let's be real. When you look at a lot of these motherfuckers, these are not good looking men. They know they're not good looking men. And so they know that the only way they're going to get it, they have to take it from somebody. So that's why they have to assault people. Let's just be real. They already know. What woman would voluntarily lie down with some of these things?
Shit, girl, Aaliyah. It's so many of them.
I mean, but it is. But those are not the ones that they want. Let's be real. And so
they're
this
entitled. They're entitled. Look at how many times if he opened up his phone and took his ass to TikTok, he's gonna hear from bitches like we've seen over and over again tell him that he's the salt of the fucking earth. I mean, Aaliyah and Mr. Shrug, all of you, I've seen these women and their channel is dedicated to doing positive affirmation to these niggas. Know that I love you. Know that you're respected, black man. We understand your plight. They do this shit. Don't even say, hey, bye, bitch, or nothing to a black woman. Just get the fuck up and talk this shit. And a lot of them have had their asses handed to them.
Oh, yeah, and that's true too. But see, the thing is, they made themselves too easy and too thirsty. They haven't realized, those women haven't realized nobody wants a thirst trap or a thirst bucket. And so it's like, no, most men want a challenge. And it's like, but these things here, a lot of them, that's why the reason why I would say that what you notice is the rise of the incel and all these different color pills and all this other shit. That's why you have to keep your head on a swivel now more than you ever have, especially to the young black women and the girls and actually all black women, regardless of age, because you're seeing now that it really doesn't matter. Everybody is getting the same treatment from the youngest to the oldest. This is why you're not safe at this point, and you always have to be vigilant and watching your surroundings and making sure you keep yourself, your head clear, and that way you can be awake and alert and know what you need to do. Because right now you see you're not even safe in your own on your own property, in your own car. Like, it's not like this woman was laid out on the street on a park bench or somewhere. She was actually sitting in her own vehicle when he opened the door and pulled that bullshit. I could see if at least she was smart enough to know, okay, well, I need to pull off to the side of the road if this is going to happen, instead of trying to keep going and end up killing somebody, including myself. And this is what he thought to do. That's why I say you cannot win these days. It doesn't matter what you do. These things are sick, and this is what they're walking around with on their mind. So I think that they're to the point where the more and more of us who withdraw from them, I think that this is gonna get worse, unfortunately, because they just want to force you to be with them any kind of way they think. So they have to assault people. They know that the only way they're gonna get some pussy is that they have to take it, and every damn thing else. So I really need black women to wake up and get their heads out of their ass.
I want to say one thing. Men know other men. Somebody told me that. And I'm going to be honest. White dudes, European men, have known about them for a long time.
Yes.
Okay? They have known about them. They know what will happen if they take their eyes off of them. Okay? So, a lot of women, as of late, are getting hip to them, these dudes, but the white dudes have always called their bluff.
Yep.
Always. They always did it because they know exactly. A man knows another man, and they actually know when another man is a piece of shit.
That's true. But this lends credence to the fact that, I'm not sure if anybody else knows this. A couple of ladies in the Discord heard me talk about it, but did y'all know that 57.5% of the victims on human trafficking are Black girls between the ages of 8 and 21? But it can go as high as 30. Those young women, and you see this now. It does not matter what you do for them. They have always just been they're a detriment to humanity. I'm not finna be out here handing out positive affirmations for a motherfucker that I'm gonna be positively loading up my gun. My affirmation is this: your name is on a bullet. I'll send it. That's as far as you're going to get with me. There ain't no way in hell I would leave my child unsupervised. And I get that kids want to be independent. I have nieces and nephews, but knowing what I know, like y'all, I don't know how old y'all were, but the first time I made a grown ass man made a sexual advance at me, I hadn't even hit puberty yet. And yes, it was a nigga. So you have to be hyper vigilant in protecting your girls, especially Black girls, because the rate of 57.5% being the number, like being in sex trafficking. How do you think they got there? Who do you think put them in that situation? What do you think is happening? That's why when that bitch calls talking about they die every 18 minutes, bitch, make it every 18 seconds. I don't fucking care anymore because people are out here dying. These little girls are being scarred for life. He scarred that child for life. I just pray that she's not pregnant, because then that's another scar she's going to have to bear. I'm literally sick of you bitches caping and stomping the yard and marching for monsters. I am over it. Shut the fuck up. And when they get their ass whooping, you're going to get your ass whooping too. That's why I'm glad they're kind of trying to cut all these motherfucking programs. That's why I'm glad they struck down that bill for a guaranteed income. You don't need a guaranteed income. You need a guarantee to get the fuck away from everybody else, because you can't be fucking trusted.
Yeah, and
look at the comment that's on the screen. See, this is why this is the shit that's very, very triggering. Okay, with 62% documented women coming out of the Black community that's touched before the age of goddamn 18. And like I said, I think it's higher. But when you're talking to another Black woman, you're probably talking to a survivor and don't even know the shit. It's over a 50% chance that you are. It's 50-50. If you're talking to a black woman, she was touched before she was 18 years old. Okay. But where is the goddamn content? No, you got bitches out here trying to prove that that's not true. Fuck all the survivors. Fuck the woman on the screen. Fuck me. Fuck everybody else that have one-on-ones with me that talk about the damn shit that happened to them from their fathers, their brothers, their cousins, family, friends. Okay? This is fucking ridiculous. Okay? This is why mammies catch all the goddamn smoke, because this is happening and they're pretending like it's not happening. My question is, why? Why would you do that? You'd be better off ignoring us. This is why mammies don't click my fucking link unless they want to say some trolling shit like, goddamn, are y'all dark skinned? It's some stupid shit because there's no way to defend these stats. The only thing that they can say, which is also a lie, is that the white man skewed them goddamn numbers. You know it ain't true. Because every time I take a poll in the fucking chat and I say, put 1 in the chat if you suffered any type of abuse before you were 18, the fucking chat lights the fuck up with 1s. Okay? So you gonna tell all these women that they lying? Really? Because you want to protect your ugly ass son, bitch?
Exactly. And that's why I say I just fear, and maybe I didn't explain it the best way, but like I said, I just fear that things like this, the more they sense the culture shifting and a lot more of us are walking away and leaving and giving other men a chance, and they're not so accessible to them. Don't get me wrong, it's always going to be mammies.
Aaliyah,
we're not
look
going
at
to stop
chat.
that.
Aaliyah, please look at that chat. Look at all them goddamn ones. See that shit pissing me off.
Yeah, I know. I think it's gonna get worse the more they sense that. And then you got these motherfuckers walking around here barely looking human. Yeah, that's gonna be their solution to force you into shit that you really don't want to do. That's why we gotta start really get more serious.
Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. Look at that chat.
Well, the thing though is, I think you're right, Aaliyah, and that's why it's very important for ladies to look at the laws of where you live and make sure you're prepared to act in self-defense. That's all I'll say. And you need to be hyper vigilant about your daughters, your nieces, the young girls around you. Playtime is over. By all means, withdraw. And this is another reason why DZ has been emphasizing that you have to cut mammy friends and relatives off, because we know how they are. Many of the ladies have shared stories in Discord how a mammy relative acts like she didn't see the shit, was looking the other way, pretending like she didn't hear those, sexual comments from the uncle. Cut those women off. They're dangerous.
And also, Kyra, it's not just that. Okay, you guys need to realize they're getting desperate. Yeah, they're getting desperate, just like all of you have said. These guys are such cowards. They can't put shit in your drink anymore. You're not dealing with them, right? So there will be several of them that will try to abduct one woman or girl. Watch out for that too, because they are sleazy, okay? And they're going to stay sleazy, and the more desperate they get, the stupider they are going to get. But keep your head on a swivel, and more than that, just stay the hell away. And there's some freaky ass relatives out there. I know. Believe me, I went through it. Somebody tried at 6. Somebody tried at 14, and I had a dumbass grandmother who basically offered up her eldest daughter. Okay, so no. This is some bullshit. Ladies, protect yourselves.
And that's why I'm always up here telling y'all to go to the gun range. That's why I'm up here telling if you're not comfortable with the gun, they have these new things that you could just stop them from assaulting you. That I don't give a fuck if you call me a terrorist, but at least here's the thing, you'll be allowed to call me something.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Schroep. I loved your RIP suggestion with the bullets so much. I went and did my research. I got to have, and I told DZ, see, they can call it terroristic, they can call it whatever the fuck they want, but that is a badass bullet, and that box is high, but I'm getting me some of them. I told DZ, I got to have me some of them. When I saw what all that bullet does, I said, hell yeah, I got to get me a box of these. So they can say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Some protection, dead ass serious. Get y'all some protection. Whatever's legal in your state, get that shit. because there ain't nobody safe from these motherfuckers. And then you got mammy assistants. Miss Dreads, are you dusty?
No, ma'am. I just wanted to add something. First, I want to say thank you, DZ, for everything that you do. I truly appreciate y'all.
We
I
appreciate
put
you
my 3
too.
daughters onto y'all because I've told them y'all need to go where you are appreciated and loved, and that's not this community. But what I wanted to add was when I was 8, a cousin touched me, and I
Oh
told my
my
grandmother,
God.
and my
See what
grandmother
happened?
actually went after him. And when my mother asked her, she was like, "What are you doing? Why are you running out your house?" And she told my mother. My mother called me a whore and
Oh
beat
my
my
God.
ass
Oh my God.
beat
Listen,
my ass.
y'all, this is what I'm talking about. So if anybody's ever questioning why the fuck I take mammies by their goddamn edges and drag them off the fucking earth, that's why. Okay. And
And you
if
know
you
the
feel a
crazy,
way, about that shit, then you might just be a mammy. You ever thought about that? Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, Miss Dredd.
no,
I'm
no,
so
ma'am, I'm
sorry.
sorry. I apologize. But the bad part about it, after all of that, I was young. I didn't really know. I just felt so embarrassed, like it was my fault. I did something wrong. And my grandmother, she's like looking for him. She's ready to shoot him. And my mother's like, "You need to stay out of this and don't worry about it." But years later, I had moved away from home, went to the military. She called me one day and she was like, "Girl, you'll never believe what happened." And I was like, "What happened?" And she was like, "You know so and so?" And I was like, "Oh, you mean the guy that?" And she was like, "He ran away with his daughter after he got her pregnant and she's only 16,
Wow.
his
Wow.
daughter."
Wow. Come
And I
up
was like,
here taking up for a nigga and you're going to get your issue. Okay. You're going to get your issue. You do
yeah,
what you want to do with your goddamn life, but there's too many victims out here. And y'all make no mistake about it. Some of the mammies are victims too. They just so hardcore with their mammyism that they going to keep the shit moving. They don't give a fuck. Everybody deserves a second chance. My ass. My ass. As a matter of fact, a lot of them don't deserve a first chance. In my world, all of them don't deserve a first chance. Get the fuck out of my face immediately. Immediately. And consider that a warning because I just told you I'm afraid of you. I have no interest in talking to you. You need to get the fuck out of my face. That's warning number 2. I'm not playing, man. I'm not. Because they too goddamn hypersexual. They too goddamn entitled. They too goddamn lazy. They too fucking violent. They too that and this is what turns these fucking mammies on. It's creepy as hell.
It is, but here's my thing, and like some of them, they just be using religious dogma and doctrine to beat women over the head. Well, everybody deserves a second chance, or an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. Well, bitch, break out the braille and call me Hella Keller. We can all be blind around this motherfuckers because I'm taking off heads. I don't give a fuck about forgiving people who aren't actively seeking forgiveness. If you don't do the shit you partake in, you won't require forgiveness. But suddenly everybody wants you to be holier than thou. I am not Jesus Christ. I don't have Alzheimer's. I'm not neither helium or hydrogen. So that forgive and forget and rise above shit is just not for me. What you gonna do is catch 2 rounds of these RIP bullets. That's what the fuck gonna happen. I don't have time for these goddamn games.
And they take that stuff out of context. First of all, for forgiveness to even be considered, the offender has to confess and repent sincerely of their transgression. That's the first requirement for forgiveness to even be considered. Second of all, even if that person is forgiven, it doesn't mean that they will not suffer temporal consequences. Like, let's say someone unalives a person and they confess and they're sincerely sorry. They're still going to go to jail. It doesn't negate the fact that they're going to suffer an earthly consequence. It is what it is.
No,
Yeah,
and
that
my
electric
personal
chair
favorite.
or needle is still waiting.
Yeah,
That's
my
it. And
personal
Tyra's
favorite
right.
is
I wanted to comment too on the young lady from the news story that we're talking about. That is just so fucked up that happened to her. I hope that person that did that to her heart stops like tonight. But anyway, I'm really concerned about her moving forward because the community is so toxic. They will know that this shit happened to her and still call her fast and still like ridicule her and really just pile on to the trauma that she already faced. And I just really hate that. It is so toxic. They are so disgusting toward young ladies, adolescents, children, little girls. And like the caller said, I'm so sorry that happened to you, by the way. That is a real reaction. Those mammy ass bitches, it probably happened to them too, but they don't give a fuck. When you bring it to their attention, if you have the courage to, they will beat your fucking ass. They will treat you as the enemy and say you were wearing a skirt that was too short and you deserved it. It's a fucking clusterfuck. I fucking hate that community. And this topic is just so triggering.
It's very triggering.
It is so fucked up. It is such a fucking clusterfuck. It's a vicious cycle, and it happens generation after generation after generation. And all these fucking black ass bitches on these platforms, they know. And when I say black ass bitches, I just mean, of the community. I ain't talking about no color chart. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? As a group, as a community, they know what the fuck is going on. They all sweep it under the rug. They know what's happening to their daughters, their little sisters, their little cousins. They don't give a fuck. And the ones that, like I said, they demonize these. These are little girls. I mean, it's so fucked up. And then they grow up and then they turn into the same ones that are demonizing the new little girls. It's a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is they never deal with their trauma, right? And I've noticed there's a lot of resentment of up and coming adolescent girls, coming into their own, becoming women. And because the women in that community knows what's in front of them and they do nothing. They do nothing. And these girls are traumatized for the rest of their lives.
Well,
they don't care.
I'm sorry. Excuse me for interrupting. A lot of it, I grew up in South Georgia, and a lot of it is more of, like you said, it's a religion holding us as keeping you hostage, because it's always like, oh, you just pray, you need to go to church. We're going to have the preacher pray for you. Those are things I was told.
Those bitches got y'all thinking that they religious. Yeah, right. It's supposed to be the Bible Belt in the South. Yeah, right. Let me ask you this, bitch. That same goddamn community that tells you, or that religion that tells you to forgive, forget, give people second chances, that motherfucker also says, thou shalt not fornicate. How the fuck did you get this baby and you ain't married? You don't want to talk about religion with me. Don't fuck with me. Don't you dare fuck with me, because I'm going to embarrass the shit out your ass.
The thing is, we've already discussed it. See, we know that Blackistan loves a good slogan. Because, see, we've had several used up here tonight. And one of my absolute favorites is, two wrongs don't make a right. I'm like, yeah, they don't make a right, but they do make us even, though. Fuck that bullshit. Talking about they'll say in a minute, two wrongs don't make a right, though, which is more that you gotta forgive shit to be. See, forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. See, you can never heal and move forward until you forgive them. You're holding on to such bitter and anger and animosity. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to hold on to if this person fucked me over and did me wrong? Like, really? That's why I said these people are not realistic at all. But this is the bullshit that they feed into little black girls. Like, if somebody throw you rocks, you throw them bread. All that biblical shit. And it's like, come on now, stop it. But this is what they put into you, and all what it is to get you to forgive people who have hurt you and harmed you. And it's like, no, if this person fucked you over, you have every right, and you are justified in your feelings to dislike this person. And if you hate them for life, so the fuck what? You ain't got to forgive no goddamn body. I hate when people got to try to convince you.
If they believe in all that shit, then they should just go ahead and be satisfied with their Messiah forgiving them. I don't have to forgive shit, honestly.
Exactly.
And it does not.
I don't.
Thank you. And it does not require me to forgive any motherfucking body to heal. How about that part?
Well, another thing is that book y'all keep talking about also says it would be better for you to take a stone, wrap it around your neck, and drown in the river than to hurt a child.
Oops.
That part.
Oops.
Have a whole lot of drowned people.
Don't bring out that goddamn book if you're not ready to read it. Don't do it, because you're not ready to read that shit. And I don't want to hear about Old Testament, New Testament, because you're still talking about the creation when you want to talk about certain shit. That's Old Testament as well, isn't it, bitch? Huh?
That is.
Look, let them have that shit. I ain't with it. Don't come over here with that damn book.
We are not. I've warned folks, we are not religious slackers over here. So if you want to bring it, we can bring this. I mean, hey.
A lot of us grew up in the church. Look, my granddaddy was a goddamn preacher. Bring whatever verse you want to. Bring your Proverbs 31 woman. Bring all that shit. And I'm going to hand you your book back and leave you with your tail tucked between your legs. Now go finish fornicating, right? And do what you got to do, ma'am. While asking, did you want to talk about Timothy? No, you don't want to talk about Timothy, where he said a man that doesn't provide for his family ain't shit. You don't want to talk about that, do you? Because your niggas don't provide a goddamn thing. Guess who does, though? Ones that look like my husband.
Yeah,
that
second
part.
Second Thessalonians 3:10. Therefore, a man that doesn't work, he doesn't eat. Since y'all love religion so motherfucking much, but I'm not here for that. I'm more along the lines of Old Testament God, because let's be real here. Old Testament God wasn't playing with you niggas. Because if somebody killed off one member of your family that was male or threatened your people, you then would go off. Book of Esther, anyone like Mordecai annihilated an entire branch of a man's family because he threatened the 20 hat people. He annihilated, and any son that was brought forth from a daughter, even if she was in a different union, that child was to be smoked as well. So since we doing all this shit, since your men have proved fallible, perhaps you need to start smoking motherfuckers, and we can probably make some progress.
Oh, and another one is they love to. Oh, I'm sorry, Deezy.
No, go ahead, and then I'm gonna see what's going on with the folks in the back.
Well, they also love to quote the commandments to honor thy mother and thy father, but they love to skip over parents do not provoke your children to anger. They like to skip over that biblical verse.
Yes. Oh, and my personal favorite, Ecclesiastes.
Oh, and since it's forgiveness, so shouldn't these so pro-black people, the white man this, the white supremacy that, I mean, since, forgiveness, shouldn't they just forgive white people? I mean, if that's the case,
forgive
black
the
girls,
white boys. Yes.
Exactly. Forgive Jim Crow, forgive slavery, forgive it all. I mean, if little black girls have to forgive the injustices done to them by Nakers, then I guess Nakers should just forgive Zaddy.
Immediately, because Zaddy's wonderful. Okay.
Yes, he is.
And see, y'all left out one of my personal favorites. Did y'all forget Ecclesiastes? It does no good to charm a snake that has already bitten you.
Oh, my bad. I like that one too.
Okay.
I got another one. Do not cast your pearls to swine.
Oops! Don't bring your Bibles over here, ladies. Don't do it.
They got a lot of pearls and a lot of swine. The swine are full. But I just wanted to say real quick, I apologize for interrupting. I'm sorry. But thank you all, ladies, for just letting me come in and say that. I have to get off because this is still a very sensitive topic after all these years.
I understand.
But my mother and I, we don't even have a relationship because of it.
I understand. Please believe me. And thank you for coming up.
Thank y'all so much. And please continue to do what you do. We appreciate it so much.
That's what's up. Will do. Be safe.
You too. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye. Bambi 3110. Are you dusty?
Reformed. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you helping me turn my life around, leaving these dusties alone, leaving these mammies alone. Just keep doing what you're doing. Women like me just need women like you. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and that's just that on that.
Thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for turning your life around. It's for your own good. I'm glad you made the right choice, girl. Just keep your journey going and be safe out there, okay?
Thank you. I just wanted to come up here and say thank you. I'm going back to the chat. Keep doing what you do, ladies.
Peace. Bye. We got another person. Wine Hussy. Are you dusty? StreamYard's acting a goddamn fool. A fool. You hear me? Oh boy. Yeah. I saved y'all. That was Wine Hussy has a penis and he was showing it. Gemini, are you dusty?
No, ma'am, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
What's going on?
Good. I'm good. How are you feeling?
Amazing.
All right. Just wanted to backtrack a little bit about the essay of Little Black Girls. As everybody put the one in the chat, that was also me for 8 years.
Oh my God.
8. Several factors as to why I went on so long. I was adopted, meaning my parents were in another state, so I could not run away. So what I did at the age of 17, I called the police myself and told them what happened.
I'm I'm so sorry, boo.
And the moment that I told them what happened, now all my neighbors wanted to come out of the dark and basically say, we knew it was happening. Now, what happened to me aside, it was the fact that my neighbors knew and nobody stepped in. So I basically, from adulthood to like my early 20s, that's when my divestment journey started, and I just disappeared.
Good for you. Good for
Like
you.
I was done.
Yeah,
like you knew, but you didn't intervene.
Well, that's mammies for you. That's
like
what they
that's
do.
crazy to me.
You know what? And shout out to you, honey, because you are a strong woman. And I couldn't have been your neighbor because somebody gonna have to help me hide these motherfucking bodies. Because I just don't play those games. I don't do that. Where little black girls are concerned, we're already the most vulnerable population because the counterpart that we were given, unfortunately, by whomever, somebody out there in the motherfucking ether, Sky Daddy, if you will, didn't do their job to protect you. They're too busy trying to be you and compete with you to protect you. But you rose above it and you walked the fuck away from that. And I hope you're in a better place mentally. I am always, I don't know you personally, but just know that I'm thinking about you. I'm gonna carry you in my heart. And I'm carrying all the women here today, all of y'all in the panel, anybody who's ever been touched by this in my heart. Because earlier this week, I kind of had been confronted by this. And it's not until you see the real life examples that you really get really view the magnitude of what's going on. This is why platforms like DZs are so important. And yeah, I know you mammy bitches get tired of us dragging y'all, but if you bitches would just get some act right, we wouldn't have to come up here. If you get away from the Kangz, we wouldn't have to come up here. If you would just get away from the thing that is actively destroying you, we wouldn't have to come up here. And then not only are you involved with them, you're trying to bring others into the bullshit. No, I'm so sorry to every girl who's ever gone through that. I myself have some experience with that, but like, look at us, y'all. We still out here. We not only are we surviving, we motherfucking thriving, and they can kiss my ass.
Take a look at what just happened. Y'all think about what just happened because stuff kind of flies by sometimes. There was a couple of women up here telling their story, right? About being sexually traumatized by someone that they knew, whoever he was. A black man came back here and whipped his dick out. Mammies, I want to know what do you think about something like that? When a black woman is telling you how traumatized she is, and a black man whips his dick out because he's trolling, and you're telling us we're wrong for not wanting to deal with that class of men. That's all that they have. They literally only have their penis. They don't have anything else. So when shit hits the fan, they go to unzipping their goddamn pants. They have nothing else. And you told them that that's all they needed because you were out here acting dick dizzy, right? Doing all these gymnastic flips and body contortions, trying to make them feel like they just as good as other men. Black men are not as good as other men. Did you hear what I said? I'm saying that shit to your face. They're not as good as other men are, period. You can
and they never will be.
You can pull up all the mug shots you want, all the stories from history you want. You can pull up slavery. You can pull up all that shit. At the end of the goddamn day, they still better. Pull up.
I mean, the thing is, when you think about everything you've seen in your career field, DZ, everything Ebony has seen in her career field, everything I've seen in my career field, we know that these stories are not at all uncommon. So nobody should have to question why anybody on this panel feels the way that they feel. Just like what Mrs. Rove just said, it's different when you got to face this shit in real life. And I've always said, these people don't know what it's like to have to hear these stories and have to help reassure these people, give these people hope. You don't know what it's like when you got these little ass girls coming to you.
Hold on,
Aaliyah.
Look, Mary, fuck you, bitch. I'm not asking you for shit, you $1 slut. I don't need you to do nothing but take your ass back over there and clean them goddamn collard greens and go find out that motherfucker got a 2 pussy minimum. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck on. I didn't ask you to do shit.
That's why
intervene with what? Intervene with what?
You can't do a goddamn thing. What you can do is go take a long ass walk. Let me shut up. Let me shut the fuck up because this is not Discord. This ain't Discord. This ain't Discord.
Who asked this bitch to do anything? Because what I was just saying was, I mean, with all the shit that everybody on this panel has already seen, we don't need these bitches to intervene and shit. Because if anything, they making the shit worse is the point that we're making, because a lot of you bitches are their co-conspirators. You have enabled and upheld a lot of this bullshit. You have been the gatekeepers to a lot of this bullshit, and you have allowed a lot of this bullshit to happen. We know what it's like when you got these underage girls coming to you and they pregnant already because somebody way older than them has been messing with them way before their time. We know what it's like for these girls to be coming to us and they got all these diseases, or they HIV, HIV positive, and they got all this other extra shit going on because they've been forced into situations that they were not ready for. And yes, I have met several women who were attacked, and that was the result. So my thing is, and one of them, he did it on purpose to make her stay with him because he did that because he figured that no one else would want her. So that was what he did to force her to have to stay with him. See, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. And then you want to fault us for not wanting anything to do with these motherfuckers when we see the damage that they do in real life. This is the damage that they do.
Look, y'all, at the end of the day, I want y'all to take a look at something. It's the begging and dry heaving and asking these men that we have discussed here tonight to please choose me, but then try to sound divested a little bit at the end.
May I say something before I go?
What's up, boo?
Okay. For everybody in the chat, thank you for the love and support. I am really tired right now because I am doing laundry and it is getting late. So I'm going to hop off. I'm going to say thank you for letting me talk and get that out, DZ. I'm giving you your flowers once again, and I appreciate you. Everybody have a good night.
You too, hon. Bye. Take a look, y'all.
So I'm just sitting here thinking about how I literally, in my heart of hearts, desire to be married to a black man. And when I say black, I mean 100%. I want a black man. I want more black kids. I want this to be blackity black. I want my child to grow up and be able to relate to them tweets that we be tweeting about. Oh, we all live the same life. Like, I want to be that black. So it's like, to want that is such a heartbreaking and bittersweet thing right now, because black men act like they ain't got no damn sense. I've dated the entire spectrum. I've dated the entire spectrum from younger to me, then way older to me. And they're all the same. They're all dumb. It's like either mentally unstable, emotionally unstable, financially unstable. You don't have a house. You don't have a car. You got too many kids. You got this. You got that. You got baby mama issues. You got all this. And it's just like, why can't y'all find somebody and settle the hell down? It's like mentally something's not clicking here. And then when you try to talk about it or you try to express your emotions, they act like they don't understand. So how about I start punching you in the chest like your mama used to? Because it looked like you used to understand after she did that. But then as a black woman, we're already so hardened. We're already so pissed off when the day starts. We're already so tired. I don't want to have to yell at my nigga. Like, I should be able to tell you how I feel about something, express my emotions about something, and see change right then. I shouldn't have to remind you 1,000 times. Because last time I checked, when your job tell you to do something, you do it. Huh. Last time I checked, when one of your homeboys tell you they need you to do something, you do it. Last time I checked, when your homeboys hit you up on the phone, call you, text you, you answer. So why in the hell is it so hard for you to do the same things to another black woman? Answer me that. It's just like, what's the disconnect? What's the disconnect? Because I see black women every day out here hustling, getting it, grinding, taking care of kids, keeping up a household, keeping up a car, keeping up all this stuff in the absence of a black man. And honestly, all of y'all are sassy for standing there and watching us do that. Because, like, I'm tired. I am worn the hell out. And I'm ready to sit down somewhere. And the fact that y'all want to run around here and be each other's boyfriends and not go sit down and commit to a woman and take care of a woman and take yet another struggling black woman. And I don't even mean to say it like that, but just get a black woman and let her rest in being taken care of by you. It's literally mentally something wrong. It's mentally something wrong.
DZ, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Well, I wake up every day to go to work. I'm not tired. I'm not angry.
Look,
I'm not mad already.
let me just go here. It's not going to fucking happen. Not in that black community. It's not going to ever fucking happen. All that shit she asking for, she's trying to get it without having to leave the black community. She said 16 goddamn times, because I goddamn it counted, how much she wanted to deal with black men. Then she started running down all the things that's wrong with them. What you want are the qualities that exist outside of that community, but not willing to leave that community. There's no fucking disconnect. There is no disconnect. They don't think you're worth doing it for. So if you
They don't want to.
If you catch them doing it, it's going to be for somebody that you keep calling a fucking preference. It's not happening in that community, period. And all of these women keep making these goddamn videos asking for something that does not exist. Bitch, you might as well ask for Santa Claus to lose weight and come down and twerk with your ass at the club. It's not going to happen. It doesn't exist there. Okay? They don't want you. And as far as them being each other's boyfriends, you already know what's going on with that. They have always been the most effeminate men on the planet. You still want them, though. So something's wrong with you at this point, girl. Huh? Y'all can tell my language is getting ready to get a little bit more filthy. So we fixing to get out of here right on time. Anybody got anything?
I just have to say that she's worried about them not wanting her, girl, and talk about, but you can do it for your homeboy. Yeah, his homeboy sucks his dick and probably does a better job of it. That's why he's doing it. They probably sucking each other's dicks, 69 style.
All that smacking and neck rolling and lip popping, and she really thought she ate. And it's like, girl, do you not understand that you are unraveling your own argument with the more you talk? If anything, her argument is the damn argument for divestment. She's reinforcing everything that we've been saying, why you should leave them the fuck alone, actually, is what she's saying. I don't think that a lot of them really understand that when you running down all the reasons why, you're basically saying the same thing that we're saying. You're just saying that you still want to fuck with them in spite of it. That's what makes you look dumb compared to us, because you're gonna sit here and say all this shit about them and then still say you want to fuck one of them, marry one of them, or be with one of them, or better yet, you want them to be your baby daddy. And it's like, goddamn, bitch, did you just not hear what the fuck just came out of your mouth, and you still think that's a good idea at this point? At least we smart enough to dodge the goddamn bullet. What the hell are y'all doing? She sat up there and said all of that, and it don't mean shit if at the end of the day you still finna spread your legs for one of them and fuck them. What's the point? Why y'all keep doing all this? You may as well just shut the fuck up, let this man cheat in peace, and keep your goddamn mouth shut, because quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of women like her all together. We already talked about this, DZ. I done told you. I'm getting to the point where if I don't even understand why we are trying to save a lot of these bitches, because they don't seem to want our help, period. It's like
it's because of the women that came up tonight that actually said thank you for it.
Exactly.
It's for them.
That's what I was just about to say. They are the only ones that make it worth it. Go ahead.
What DZ's doing and what we're doing here is we're planting the seeds for those who wish to heed the message. That's all it is. We know, like a year ago, well, 2 years ago, I was all for rah rah, let's save all black women. I now know that's no longer possible. We're putting the message out for those who wish to heed it, and those who wish to go down with the ship, they're welcome to do so. God respects free will, so do we. But we're putting this message out there for the black women who wish to wake up and choose differently.
Yeah, Kyra, but you know, too, at the same time, we have to endure a lot of abuse from the same bitches that we're trying to help. And that is what gets me more than anything. It's like, goddamn, we don't get paid for this. We do this because we're trying to actually help people who want to be helped. And it seems like so many of them don't even want our fucking help. And that's why DZ is right. After we talked about this the other day, I get it. We have actually done more helping and more good than harm, but it just doesn't seem like these mammies are drastically outnumbering us at this point. And it's like, damn, I am just tired of they shit. I am tired of a lot of these bitches. I am. They are working hard to undo everything that we're trying to do. And it's like, girls, sit down and shut the fuck up and stop complaining about these men if y'all not ready to get the fuck away from them. And then as soon as we said, well, just stop fucking with them, and it's hashtag all, we're the ones they want to goddamn attack all the goddamn time.
All I got to say is fuck them. Listen, fuck them. Let them do what they do. They're gonna mammy, and go ahead and do what you got to do. Enjoy the white dude that I'm fixing to play. Fair use, y'all. Ladies, I will see y'all in Discord. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.